Morning, welcome. I got a little bit of a late start this morning, but life throws you some curveballs sometimes. That's the way it goes. Hopefully I'll start better tomorrow. It just means this stream is going to be a little bit shorter. What did we do last time? Let's see. It's been the weekend, so I've forgotten what we did. Save dungeon levels when leaving. Boots go on feet. Oh, right. That was a little bug fix. Right. So we added on Friday. Yeah, we fixed the yellow brick road problem. We started adding XP. We report the level to the player and boots go on feet. So we had some code in here which was allowing us to go back up a level. So after you go down, right, let me restart this game, and you leave town, and now there's a way back to town, but there's nobody in town, right? That was the issue they were talking about here. There's nobody else on level, right? So maybe we're going to address that now. Let's see. We're talking about entity freezing and unfreezing. So if you think back to the first part of the tutorial, we spent some time making sure we want to delete everything that isn't the player when we change level. It made sense. You'd never be coming back, so why waste memory on keeping them? Now that we're able to go back and forth, we need to keep track of where things are so we can find them once again. We can also take this opportunity to clean up our transitions a bit. It's messy with all those functions. Okay. Thinking about what we want to do, our objective is to store an entity's position on another level. So we need to store the level as well as their XY positions. Let's make a new component called other level position. Okay. Pub struct other level position. Okay, pub Y and depth. And then we have to register it in main. Right here we can put it. Other level position. And then in save load system, put other level position. Like that. Okay, this should check. So we actually make a relatively simple function to adjust our entity state. In Dungeon, we'll make a new function, freeze level entities. Okay? And it looks like it's a top level function here. Let's make some room for it. Wow. Gotta warm up my typing fingers before I start streaming. And the one thing I forgot to do is pop out chat here. So let me get that done. Okay, good. All right, so oops, storage like that, and then other level positions. Okay, and then the player entity, And then what? The depth. Okay. Find positions and make other level position. Okay, what are we doing here? We're going to loop over every entity that has a position and add it, and as long as it's not the player entity, we're going to put it into the other level positions component list. Okay. Now this is interesting because we have this kind of logic elsewhere. Right, player, entity. Oh, it's just there. I thought there was a place where we loop over stuff and then just make sure it's not the player. I guess not. But what's the difference between doing it this way and saying this and not player? And grab a player like this. And then grab a list of players here because there's only one player. If we look at spawns, spawner. There's this player marker component that we should be able to use to exclude it on the join. Right? We should be able to say get let player equals blah 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 and then say not players. But I don't know if that's more work than what we're doing here. Right? All right. Other level positions insert. X is pause X and Y is pause Y. I'll let format that for me, and depth is map depth. Why don't we just call it depth? And then expect insert fail. Well, we're getting terser and terser with these expects. And then what? Pause to delete dot push entity. Okay, then once we do that, remove positions for P and pause to delete iter. Positions remove P. Okay, so that's that function. We'll get a warning that it's not being used. Oh, and we have to add this to the top. Other level position. Yep. Oh, we're not getting a warning. Oh, maybe because it's in a lib, so it doesn't matter. This is another relatively simple function. We get access to various stores and then iterate all the entities that have a position. We check that it isn't the player. If they aren't, we add an other level position for them and mark them in the pause to delete vector. Then we iterate the vector and remove the position components from everyone whom we marked. Restoring them to life is quite easy too. All right. So pub fn thaw level entities. Is this the same as this one up here? We grab the entities, positions, other level positions, player entity, and map depth. Same exact thing. Okay. And then find other level position. We're deleting other level positions for the ones we find. Oh, if I see, there's the check for the depth. I see. Okay, for entity and pause. equals depth is equal to map depth. Then positions insert entity position x pos x, y pos y, expect insert fail. Okay. This basically is the same function with the logic reverse. We add position components and delete the other level position components. In main, we have a mess of go to next level, go to previous level function. Let's replace them with one generic function that understands which way we are going. All right, so this is where our refactoring from before game state. Go to next level. We have all of these. So we just have go to level now. And I did a little thing here which cleaned everything up. But let's see what happens. Pub fun go to level. Build a new map and place the player. Oh, I see. Offset, meaning go up a level or go down a level. Okay. And then notify the player. Okay. This is a lot simpler. We now call our new freeze level entities function, obtain the current depth, and call generate world map with the new depth. We're also passing in the offset. We need to know which way we're going, otherwise you can complete whole levels by going back and forward again and being teleported to the down staircase. So we'll modify generate world map to take this parameter. Alright, so somewhere you have transition, right? Yeah, here's map level transition, and that's in generate world map. So we're going to do this, offset I32, map gen history clear. And then we're going to pass in the offset here. It looks like everything else stays the same. Oh, and then else. Map, thaw, level, entities. Right, so if there is a map, if there is no map, we generate the history for it. Where's the history? From the map building info. Right. Otherwise, it must have been a map, so we're going to check to see if there's any entities on that map and thaw them. Notice that we're basically calling the same code, but also passing offset to level transition. More on that in a second. We also call thaw if we didn't make a new map. That way new maps get new entities, old maps get the old ones. You need to fix various calls to generate world map. You can pass in 0 as the offset if you're making a new level. And you'll also want to fix the two match entries for changing a level. Okay, so there's going to be a bunch of checks that fail. So run state next level. So this is going to just be go to level -1 and go to level +1. Right. And lastly, we'll need to open up Dungeon RS and make a simple change to the level transition system to handle taking an offset. Okay, I'm a little bit lost because there's all this code here, which we're not doing. It's level cleanup. I guess this is no longer needed? I'm a little confused because generate world map is the thing that... But when we die, game over cleanup. This is what needs to go through and create a brand new player entity. All right, we'll get to that. Let's take a look at this this dungeon level transition. Wow. Okay, and then this takes an offset. Okay. You already have a map. And then we're going to pass this. All right, and then transition to existing map now needs to take an offset as well. And then where do we use it? Ah, okay. Got it. So stair type. If offset is less than 0, like that, and then we're going to look for TT is stair type, like that. These are all stay the same, right? Okay. So you can cargo run down and hop back and forth between level to your heart's content. The entities on each level will be exactly where you left them. Okay, but I think we still need to fix the cleanup. The game over cleanup, right? Because we're not using these guys anymore. So that means... let's see, we need to do a... So the only thing that should be calling level cleanup is this, right? Okay, so we can remove it, and we're doing a true false. Oh, yeah, so let's, game over cleanup. Everything is true. So to delete's going to be this. And descend is going to be false. So that goes there. Let's put those together. Everything is true, so current depth is going to be 1. Descend is false. So we actually just want to say generate world map. Current depth -1, and just say 0. Right there. Everything is true, so we can just place the player. This might give us issues with borrow checker. And then we grab the game log. We are doing everything. Welcome to Rusty Roguelike again. And we're done. Oops, there. Okay, so let's see what the borrow checker says. Let me delete these 2 comments. Oh, we didn't grab the game log. Did I just miss that when I was doing the thing? Yeah, I missed it. Okay. So grab this line. Oops, paste it here. What's the next error? This function takes 2 arguments. Oh, I guess it's 1, 0? Because generate world map takes the offset now, right? And what else? Yep. And then generate world map. Oh, we don't need to do it twice. Okay. Why was it doing that? I don't remember now. Okay. Yeah, immutable borrow. Yeah, so we have to put this in a scope. And we have to drop the correct thing. This needs a 0. Right, okay. Yeah, that works. We do have 2 warnings though. Pum 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 pum. What am I thinking about here? Is there a way we could do a drop somewhere? I don't think so, or I don't know of one. All right, so let's see what the warnings are. Let's go over here. Entities remove on level change we're not using anymore. Right, okay, so we can just delete that. And I guess we can just put entities remove on game over. We can just put that in here. Oops. All right. And then we don't need this thing at all. I think this will work. Yep, okay, so now we have no warnings. Okay, so let's build the WASM and see if we can go back and forth without losing all of the townspeople and all the things in the town, including the doors. Refresh. You know, I haven't been checking my mic levels. I should check that. Okay. Begin new game. So let's grab the magic mapping scroll. Get out of town. Now you can see there's a drunk, a dock worker, and a dock worker. If we leave town, and we know there's the upstairs case, if we come back, there's a dock worker and a drunk and... Oh yeah, but it put us here. Right, we left here, but it put us back here. I guess it doesn't matter where we come back to. But they're all there. All the doors are back. Everything's happy. What's this? That's a clothier, the hide rack, and a loom. And something else. A cabinet. Okay. So that seems to be working. Let's make sure Clippy's happy and then commit this. Git add source. Git commit. Now say freeze entities on level change. Nice. Okay, so that part's done. Now saving and loading the game. Now we need to include the Dungeon Master map in our save game, otherwise reloading will keep the current map and generate a whole bunch of new ones, with invalid entity placement. We'll need to extend our serialization system to save the entire dungeon map rather than just the current one. We'll start in components. You may remember we had to make a special serialization helper to help us save the map as part of the game. It looks like this. We'll need a second one to store the master dungeon map. It looks like this. And it's in components. So let's put them together. Helper. Here it is. So let's just copy paste. And then pub struct dm serialization helper. That may check, otherwise I'll add it to the top. Yeah. Oh, I said create map. So let's create master dungeon map and map. Epic Blog says, the other day I solved a data modeling issue I've been battling for 5 to 6 years. I can't even begin to describe how happy it made me. Well, congratulations, Epic. That's quite the achievement. I know the feeling. I don't know about 5 to 6 years, but I do understand where you're coming from. So shout out to you for solving that. In main, we have to register it. Main. DM session helper. Okay, and then we're going to have to use it somewhere. In save load system, we need to include it in the big list of component types. Also in save load, we need to do the same trick to add it to the ECS world, save it, and then remove it that we used before. Oh, I see. That goes with the same trick that we used before, adding it to the ECS world, saving it, removing. Okay. I know English. Save load. Okay, so in save game, which is right here, we have the map copy, the dungeon master, create master dungeon map, unwrap clone. Epic says, I actually solved it because Rust iterators sent me on the right path. I was trying to design interfaces which were more idiomatic. There were some profound insights to be found in iterators. I can't remember the first time I really grokked iterators, but it was a revelation. Looks like we're copy-pasting this and calling it Save Helper 2. It was a neat idea that's now a standard part of most languages. And this is Dungeon Master. And it's still using simple marker serialize me. And I'm guessing in here we're going to throw in, down here, the DM serialization helper. Okay. And I can't put a comma after this because this is a macro. And then clean up. I'm going to clean up 2. There. Notice that we're making a second temporary entity called Save Helper 2. This ensures that the data is saved alongside all the other data. Remove it in the very last line. We also need to tweak our loader. Okay, so the loader, we have to throw this at the bottom, just like there, but then we have to go through both delete me's. Okay. So I'll put this here, and then delete me needs both of them. Why can't it just all get thrown in the same delete me thing? Entities, helper 2. This is DM serialization helper. Player position. So this is this one. Okay, so we're doing it here. For EH in entities, helper 2, join, create master dungeon map. Okay. And then we're going to have to delete both entities. I don't know why this got separated into a second line. I mean, these seems like they would just go like this, but I guess with the dots. then cargo format just will put them down there. Oh well. So in this one, we've added iterating through it for the master dungeon map helper and adding it to the world as a resource and then deleting the entity. It's just the same as we did for the map, but for master dungeon map. If you cargo run now, you can transition levels, save the game, and then transition again. Serialization works. All right, let's do a cargo check. And in order to do, oops. In order to test save load, we're going to actually have to run it over here, which we haven't done since there we go. Last time we did a save game was November 3rd. So let's see if this runs. Epic asks, was following this tutorial your time doing something substantial with Rust? Are you learning the language as well as how to make roguelikes with ECS? I knew a little bit of Rust already, and I knew I wanted to make a roguelike, and I wanted to learn more Rust. And I'm definitely learning more Rust as a result of this. I am learning the specs ECS, but hopefully that knowledge will transition to a more robust ECS. And the RLTK is kind of neat because of the whole, you compile it for native or for browser, which I like. All right, so let's begin a new game. Let's see what we can do by leaving town. Which way is the exit? I don't know which way the exit is. We'll find it. Okay, we'll get out of town. There's a deer right there, which we just killed. Oh. Well, damaged it and then it ran away. Oh, it's right over there. It was underneath me. That's right, there's that bug still, too. The player doesn't block movement of the other creatures. Alright, and so I have a dried sausage, a beer, and a scroll of magic mapping. If I eat the dried sausage, Shift 1, I get well fed, and now I'm going to hit escape to quit out. And then quit. Techie-chan says, hello, sir. Hello. So there's our save game, JSON. So now I should be able to do a cargo run and load the game. And it shows me being well fed. It shows me in the correct position. It's not showing my consumables, even though they are in my inventory. Huh. Okay, so there's a bug. And we should be able to go back to town. And there's town. And it didn't remember all the stuff I saw. So it's not saving my view shed. Maybe that's something that's coming. I should still be able to use the scroll. Oh. It doesn't think it's there. Interesting. I'm hitting A for Scroll of Magic Mapping, and it's not working. So there's a bug that we've somehow introduced. Maybe there's a component we're forgetting to save. It's showing up in my backpack because the inventory is there, but it's not showing up as a consumable. Maybe I forgot to... No, consumable is definitely in here. And this is the... There's a load game consumable, and this must be the save game consumable. So it's not that. Let's see, let's look. Oh, what is this music? This is not conducive to my mental well-being here. Okay. So let's take a look at how do we draw the... Oh, before we do this, let's. Oh, we already did. I was going to say let's. Oh, we didn't. Okay, so get what do we did? What did we do here? Oh yeah, so serialize save maps. Save the dungeon master maps. And now let's take a look at the GUI, because the GUI code must be the one. This is where we draw the consumables, which is where, yeah, right here. So every consumable that's in the backpack should show up here. Backpack consumable and has a name, right? And it should all those should be true. Oh, but maybe the player entity is not, it's not carried by owner. Maybe that's why. Somehow we lost the link between the player, because we do have a new player entity. Do we serialize? We must serialize the player, right? Yeah. So the player is serialized. When we load the game, let's see, where do we call load game from? In game state. Do we have to reset the... Just a Bubble says, good morning. Morning, Just a Bubble. How are you? When we load the game, do we have to set up a new player entity? Because that saves and loads the components, right? But how do we know? Let's take a quick peek. Go away. Chapter 55. Let's take a look at main, because I think main is where they store the stuff. So we should be able to find load game. No, so there's no code here that says create a new player entity or associate the player with the. All right, let's take a quick peek in save load system. No. That's save game. There's load game. This is all the delete stuff that we need to do. Huh. Oh, right here. Do we have that? Is that missing from our code? Save game. Save load system. Yeah. So this is what's missing. Oh, maybe this is coming? Maybe we're reading ahead? Because there's a little more to this chapter. All right. If not, then I'll add that in. More seamless transition. It's not very ergonomic to require that the player type keys that are only ever used once for up-down stairs when they encounter a staircase. Not only that, but it's sometimes difficult with international keyboards to catch the right key code. It would definitely be smoother if walking onto a staircase takes you to the stairs destination. At the same time, we could fix something that's been bugging me for a while. Trying and failing to move costs a turn while you mindlessly plow into the wall. Since player is where we handle input, let's open it up. We're going to change try move player to return a run state. Okay? Player. So it's going to return a run state. So we have positions, we have players. Let's change the same view shed. Oh boy. Should we just put this in the same order just to make sure that we're not missing anything? Entities. There's the map. Wants to melee. Entity moved. Doors. Blocks visibility. Blocks movement. Renderables. Bystanders, vendors, and no combat stats, huh? We don't use that? Yeah, it's right down here. Oh, it's up there. Okay. Okay, so I think we have everything. It's right after entities. I missed that. And then there's a result. I'm going to put a blank line there because it separates it from the ECS data versus the local data. Okay. So there's that. There's that. And then we have potential target, right? Here's a bystanders, a visitors, vendors. All of this is the same. Else if there's, we do the combat stats. Otherwise we do the door. This looks, the only thing is that I see a result down here. There should be a result, something setting a result somewhere here. And so that should be here. Oh, interesting. We're not setting an entity moved. Oh, we are. It's just in a different location. Okay. So we put this here. You should dirty is true. You pause. And the result is run state player turn. And then we return the result. Is there any other place? Oh, yeah. So whenever we do a return, we actually have to put a return. Let's say run state player turn. There we go. And is there any other return? I don't see one. Any other set for result? Ah, right there. Okay. Right. So now we have to actually pay attention to it. This is essentially the same function as before, but we ensure that we return a run state from it. If the player did in fact move, we return player turn. Safafi, hiya. If the move wasn't valid, we return run state awaiting input to indicate that we're still waiting for valid instructions. Okay, in the keyboard handler, we need to replace every call to try move player with return try move player. Okay. And then skip turn also has a return. Where's skip turn? Numpad 5 or space right here. Okay, we're already actually returning skip turn. Oh yeah, this already returns run state. Okay. So we don't actually need to do a return, right? We can just, because it looks like the last thing we're doing here is just the match. So we can just make the match do the thing. Right? Oh, but what about the period try next level fails? I'm just trying to see if we can do it in a better way here, right? We just change this to run state player turn. And we do the same thing here. And then this returns that, returns that, returns that. Else, waiting input. Right? So now it's the result of the match that gets returned. Right? I think that does the trick. If you were to cargo run now, you'd notice you no longer waste turns walking into walls. unlike real life. Okay, what did I fail here? Oh, return. This needs a return. Ah, I missed that one. Because it was all the way over here, awaiting input. I can just say result. It's already set to awaiting input. What else? Oh, get item does not return a thing. Okay, so what about that? Oh, then it just needs to result in awaiting semicolon. Right? I think that does it. Yep. So you no longer waste turns walking into wall. Okay, let's try walking into wall and see if that wastes a turn. I guess it'd be easier. So I'm going to try to go up. Yep. Okay, and the townsfolk are moving around. Let's build this WASM and refresh and see what happens. But I think it looks like we're going to have to come back to this code. Oh. This is changing levels by running into the exit. Okay. We're going to have to come back to the code with the player entity setup. This little bit in here. Setting the player position and the player resource. Okay, let's refresh. Begin a new game. And now, if I walk into a wall, nobody moves, everybody's frozen. But if I hit space, then everybody moves around. Okay. Let's commit this. Ooh. Okay, let's clean those up. This is in player. Don't need to return these things anymore. Okay. And then git add source, git let's just double check here and commit. Don't waste a turn when walking into a block tile. Okay. Let's do this thing now where we immediately go change the level when we walk on the stairs. I'm not sure you want to do that though. Sometimes the stair location is a place you want to hang out, right? So you could switch to a new level if you want to run away or something. Where is this? It's in try move player. We're in a good place to modify try move player to be able to return level transition instructions if the player has entered a staircase. Let's add a staircase check after movement and return stair transitions if they apply. So that's right here. Result is run state player turn. I'm going to change it a little bit around here. I'm going to say match map tiles destination IDX. I'm going to say tile type downstairs is going to be run state next level. And this is going to be the else case. And this is going to be up. And this is previous. Like that. Okay, and then where do we get the destination index? Does that already exist? It does not. Where does that come from? Oh, dest. I just call it dest. Okay. Now you can change level simply by running into the exit. Alright, let's see if this works. It's got to be a comma. Okay. And then a word on stair dancing. One thing a lot of roguelikes run into is stair dancing. You see a scary monster and you retreat up the staircase. Heal up, pop down, hit the monster a bit. Right. Since the monster is frozen on a later level, it won't chase you up the stairs. It's probably undesirable for the overall game, but we're not going to fix it yet. A future chapter is planned that will make NPC AI a lot smarter in general and introduce more tactical options. So we'll save that as a problem for later. Alright, so now if we run straight to... Oh, it wasn't letting me walk into the... Oh, now I can't swap positions with entities anymore. Interesting. So we introduced a bug. Okay, so as soon as I stepped on the staircase, I went to the next level. If I do this, I switch back. If I go down, I switch in. If I hit space... space doesn't do it, but if I step onto it, so I actually have to move. Okay. But we've lost our ability to... Oh, no, now it's working. Oh, now it's not. Oh, this might be the block code, right? If you walk into a blocked tile, it won't let you move. I'm trying to go left right now. And the fact that the tile is blocked by an entity called a peasant means that no motion happens, and so I never get to the point where we try to move. Safafi says it's weird that it does work sometimes. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's like the move order that matters, but it shouldn't. And there's also another bug somewhere where I was able to swap positions with an entity and ended up on a wall itself. So I was able to phase through walls. See how I just jumped 2 tiles there. There's some bug that I probably I'm not smart enough to figure out how to track down. So all we do now is automatically, okay. Let's commit that, and then we're going to commit this. Safafi says, oh wait, maybe it worked sometimes because the NPC moved on its own. Yeah, but there's a specific move order. Let me take a look. Run systems. So in run systems, we have a very specific. Really, I can't jump to the definition even though it's in this file. Come on. We have a very specific order to operations. Monster AI runs here. Where do we do the pick up items, drop, remove hunger particles? So where we do a move, it must be in player turn, right here. So before the player gets to move, the monster's AI system kicks in and tries to do things. And then we do stuff. I don't know if that's the intended behavior or if we should let the player's turn happen first. Let me go back up here because in run state, yeah, this is just the drawing code. I don't know. Let's take a look at the run systems again. Do the visibility, the monster AI, and we actually have 3 different monster AIs now. And somewhere we have the movement system. All right, here's try move player. That's done on key presses. So when we get player input. So where's player input called? Is that in the tick? Oops. There. Oh, waiting input. We get player input. Okay. Right, so if we're waiting input and the player tries to go, right now it's going to check. Unless, I don't know. This is strange. Because what happens is we're in the waiting input state, so we get the player input. If the player has some input, then it'll be player turn and we'll run the systems. But that's after the player gets a chance to actually move. Right, because player input will call try move player, which will run all of this code here. And it'll look to see if there's a bystander or a vendor in the way. And then we'll swap locations with the bystander or the vendor. But when we check whether it's blocked, right, we haven't yet moved the bystander or the player. We've just inserted an intent to move the bystander. Right? Yeah, we insert this entity moved component on the bystander or the vendor. So the map is still blocked. So I don't know why sometimes it works. Unless there are some entities that are missing a blocked flag on them. Very confusing. All right, but meanwhile, let's do this so we can actually load the player's position back. Save load. And this is after here. Oh yeah, it's in here, but something's not working right then. Entities, player position, join. We get the point. We create a new point. We get the entity resource and we set it. So it's all here. It should be restoring it. Okay. Let me try just adding a console log here. Restored player position and entity. Let's do that. Patatas del Papa says, I think _P and _ can make a difference. _P and _ has different semantics in regard to ownership. You think so? I thought I would just ignore it either way, but let's give it a shot. All right, because there's other places where I did that as well. And I have to run it over here because this is where the save load system is. Oh, there's no save game. Okay, so I have a dried sausage and a beer. Let's hit escape and quit. We have our brand new save game. Let's load the game. Yeah, it's still missing the stuff. It says restored player position and entity. It shows up right here. So that code is running. It's just not. The save game code is very slow. My spinner was spinning when that was happening. So it's not the fact that there's an _P there. It must be something else going on because it's coming through here. And it's setting the player resource to the entity E. And it's actually drawing it, so we know that I don't know. All right, well, it's not something I'm going to worry about right now, but it's going to bug me for a while, so. All right. Let's undo that. And let's see, what's the next chapter? I got another half hour or so. Good. We're going to get to the Limestone Caverns now. The design document talks about the first real dungeon level being a network of limestone caverns. Limestone caves are amazing in real life. Gaping Gill in Yorkshire was one of my favorite places to visit as a kid. Oh, only 2 pictures? Oh no, here's some more. That does look pretty cool. This is what we want our roguelike to look like, okay? So that's what we're going to go for. Trickle of water given centuries to do its work and carve out amazing caverns. The caves are predominantly made up of light gray rock, which wears smooth and reflective, giving amazing lighting effects. Cheating to help with levels. While working on new levels, it's helpful to have a quick and easy way to get there. So we're going to introduce cheat mode to let you quickly navigate the dungeon to see your creations. This will be a lot like the other UI elements. So the first thing we need to do is open main and add a new run state for showing the cheats menu. Oh, cheats menu. All right. Show cheat menu. Okay. Then add the following to your big match statement of game states. Yeah, Safafi says both will discard the value. Yeah, I think Patatas was worried that maybe it would say, well, you don't care about this one, so I'm not going to worry about it on the join side. And so ignore the player part of the join. But, it's coming through that code, and it ran it exactly once, even though we have a whole bunch of entities. It found exactly one player, only exactly one entity with a player component on it. So it was doing the right thing, except that there's something else missing. All right, so this is show cheat menu. Okay, let's add that to here. So I actually have 2 different matches, and I don't know if this was something that I had to hack together or something that that they have in their code. So I guess what we can do is just put it in here. This is the GUI part of the match, and then the other one is the state change. So show cheat menu. We're going to create a new menu. Let result. It's GUI show cheat mode. Match result. It's going to be GUI cheat result. Oh, cheat menu result. Cancel. Patata says, I want to see the code for the game mode. This is it. You're looking at it right now. So here's FN tick. So this gets called 60 times a second. And you can, if you want, let me paste the this link, and you can take a look at the repo that I'm doing things in. So I just paste that into chat. The tutorial also has 2 matches. Thank you, Patatas. So I'm not losing my mind here. That's good. So we have a new run state of awaiting input. If it's GUI cheat menu results, no response, we don't do anything. And GUI cheat menu result of teleport to exit. And what does this do? Self go to level 1. Okay. Go to level 1. I think this is the offset, right? So it means go up. Okay, so sorry, go down a level. Right. And so now we're going to add in GUI. We're going to add a new enum. At the cheat menu, no response. Cancel. Teleport to exit. And then we're going to have show cheat mode. So I'm just going to throw that. Is there a show something? Pub, fun, show inventory. That's the only one. All right, let's just put it up at the top here. Let count is 2. Oh, now we have to draw a menu. Y is 25 minus count over 2 as I32. We're just centering it. 15, y minus 2, 31, count plus 3. And then we're going to do white. RGB named white and RGB named black. Yep. And then CTX print color 18, y minus 2, RGB named yellow, RGB named black, and it's what? Cheating menu? Oh, just cheating. Okay. And a second print color, 18, y plus count. Huh. Okay, as I32 plus 1. And what is this text? It's just escape to cancel. Oh, yeah, this is at the bottom. Okay. Okay. They don't have 2 matches. Okay, so they must have all of that code integrated into the single giant match statement. Okay, thanks, Patatas. I wonder if that's contributing to the problems I'm seeing with the bystanders and whatnot. RGB named black. And then RLTK to CP437. Right? 17, 18, and 19. And this is going to be T and close. And then CT, oops. CTX print 21 Y teleport to exit, and then match CTX key some key is going to be a match key, virtual key code T. Teleport to exit, virtual key code escape is going to be cancel, and then everything else is no response. Okay. This should look familiar. It displays a cheat menu and offers the letter T for teleport to exit. Lastly, we need to add one more input to player. Save and quit. Cheating. Oh, show cheat menu. Okay, and it's going to be the backslash. Very good. And that is in player. Right here. Guess it doesn't matter where it goes, right? They have it right after escape, so I'll put it right after escape. Backslash run state. show cheat menu. Okay, let's see if this checks. Contains a byte that does not start any UTF character. What error is that? That should be named, right? I did it copy paste, didn't I? Is that it? No? Oh, I'm missing cheat. Oh, yeah. Run state. Show cheat menu. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll have to clean up that that part of it. All right, so if we refresh here, oh, we got to rebuild the WASM. Let's see if this works. Oh, they do have 2 matches after all. Okay, you're swinging me back and forth here, Patatas. Okay. Yeah, I'll take a look. I'll take a look at that in a little bit. You're on chapter 50. Oh, you've got the link. Okay, I will pop this up now. Oh, they have a tiny one just for this, and then they have the others in there. Okay, that makes sense. Maybe we'll clean things up like that in a little bit. But right now, let's see if this works. If I hit refresh and I hit backslash, oh, it erases the whole screen. So if I say teleport to exit, it gets me to the next level. Teleport to exit gets me down to the next level. And this should be the Limestone Caverns at some point. And I'm dead. Nice. One of the problems with teleporting to the next level is you don't have the equipment to handle the next level by just teleporting it. This will make it a lot easier to design our level. So they say. Okay, carving out the caverns. We're going to do another custom design on Limestone Caverns. So open up Map Builders and find Level Builder, and it should be Limestone Cavern Builder. Okay. Let's put this in. Okay, so source map builders and mod. So we're going to add Limestone Cavern Builder. And then we're going to add limestone to the top. Like that. So now we'll create a file. And we start. Okay, there's that. Use Alt-K and number generator, and then use create map. Okay, and then we're going to generate it this way. And then the width and the height. And it returns a builder chain. And what is this going to do? Let mod chain is builder chain. And we're going to do chain. Start with. That's right, that was something we did a long time ago. And then we're going to chain with. We're going to starting position. Okay, and then call unreachable. Like that. And then this will be area starting position again, and we're going to do left and center. And then this will be Voronoi spawning, and then this will be distant exit. And then we're done. Chain. Sweet. This is quite simple. We're building the map with the Drunkard's Walk in Winding Passages mode. And we set the start to the center and call unreachable areas. Next, we'll place the entrance on the left center, spawn with the Voronoi algorithm, and place the exit at a distant location. This gets you a playable map. The monster choices aren't so good, but it works. This is a good example of a flexible map building system we've been using. Okay. And this doesn't work because I typoed over here. Okay. We are getting warnings, but this should be all linked in. Oh, we're not using those things yet. Okay, but we probably will. Let's see if we can jump really quickly to the Limestone Caverns. So, cheat, jump. Limestone Caverns. There we are. We still have foxes and kobolds and wolves and deer. It's a very big cavern. It's not very windy passagey thing. I'm gonna have to take a look into that, find out what's going on. Cavern layout is a good start, but it doesn't look like a limestone cavern yet. Open up map themes and we'll rectify that. We'll start by modifying get tile glyph to know about this level. Okay. So 3 is get limestone cavern glyph. Okay. Now we need to write get limestone cavern glyph. We want to look like a limestone cavern. Here's what I came up with. Maybe the more artistically inclined can help. Alright, so this is just going to be a copy paste of get, oops, didn't mean to do that, of get forest glyph. And this will just be limestone cavern. Okay, so what do we got? We have the walls are going to be that fuzzy character. And it's going to be 0.7, 0.7, 0.7. The bridge is still a dot of chocolate. Road is still that triple lined thing, although it doesn't show up properly. And it's going to be still yellow. Interesting. Grass is still green. Shallow water is going to look like this character. And it's going to be cyan. Deep water is going to be a different one of these things. And it's going to be blue. Gravel still a semicolon and gray. Downstairs still looks like downstairs, and upstairs looks like upstairs. And then everything else is going to look like this thing. And it's going to be a slightly darker gray. Okay. Not a bad start. The environment looks quite cave-like and not hewn stone, and the colors are nice, neutral, lighter gray, but not blindingly bright. It makes the other entities stand out nicely. Alright. Let's take a look at this. I don't think we need this console log thing anymore anyway. So we should go through and do that. Cheat. So the Limestone Caverns, the walls though aren't looking right. This looks exactly like a regular so something's not working. Let's take a look at the what was it? Themes. Come on, theme. There we go. Yeah, it's definitely doing this. This is definitely changing up stuff. So where do we call get tile glyph? Oh, I got to spell it right. It's in camera. So it's right here. I mean, it's not doing anything funky. It's passing in the map. The map gets the map depth. Huh. And if I console log this, it should just log out a million. Map depth is this, and we should see one of these for each tile that we're rendering. And well, it'll be 60 times a second, but they should all be the same message, so it should just batch together. Alright, so begin new game. Yeah, so map depth is 1. If I go to here, oh, it's still saying map depth is 1. And it's still saying map depth is 1. Oh, but it's working. And now it's saying map depth is 2. Oh, it's probably just not keeping up. Because it is 60 times a second times the number of glyphs on there. Alright, so it's working. I wonder what I did wrong last time then. Theme. Maybe it's on the map. Oh, jeez. Yeah, okay, it's under map, not map thing. Okay. Alright, let's get rid of this. Restart this real quick before my machine blows up. But it seems to be working fine now. We see something that kind of looks like a limestone cavern. Or at least that's the intent. I know. It's just taking a long time because of the browser running. Ah, now I really killed my machine, didn't I? Let me kill that thing there. Okay, begin new game. Let's pull up the console. Begin new game. Cheat. Okay, it's working. Good. There's a bandit. Okay. Just to add water and gravel. We can further improve the map by adding some water. It's unusual for a cave network like this to not have some. And then turn some of the floor tiles into gravel to show boulders on the map. We could also add in some stalactites and stalagmites for flavor, so we'll first add a new layer to the builder as the last step, a cave decorator. Okay, I'm scanning forward because I see stalagmites and stalactites, and should look like this at some point. Because I am running out of time for streaming, I'm gonna have to wrap things up pretty soon. Let's see how far we can get. Where are we doing this? Inside of Map Builders, Limestone Cavern. I'm gonna just say chain with cave decorator. Okay, then we need to write it. And doesn't return anything. I don't know why they have the dead code in there, because we're definitely using it. Okay, so we're going to write this code here. fn build. Okay, so let the old map, it's a clone of the new one, for ILDX and TT. Data.map.tiles, iter mood, enumerate if star TT, well, tile type floor so 1 in 6 chance we're going to convert it to gravel. Oh, otherwise, if TT is of tile type floor, double and. Patata says, I like that they show the result. Many tutorials include a lot of code, but not show how it looks like in the end. Yeah, so you can see here's what you should be looking like. We do have oh yeah, thanks Potatoes. Look like we spotted that ampersand at the same time. RNG, roll dice, 110, it's 1, space there, and there. TT is equal to tile type shallow water. Okay, and then else if TT is tile type wall, spawn deep pools and stalactites. Let mod bores 0. Divided by, and then if x is greater than 0, and old map tiles idx minus 1 is tile type wall. Oh, we're doing this code again. Yeah, we should have like generic code that does this, because this is like, I think, the third time we're doing this now. So this is x is less than old map width minus 2 and idx plus 1. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing for y, except this is going to be minus old map width as u size, and then y is less than height minus 2 and plus old map width as u size, and then say if neighbors is 2 is tile type deep water, else if neighbors is 1 match RNG roll. I don't know why we need an extra variable in there. 1 is tile type stalactite, and 2 is tile type stalagmite. Oh, there we go. And anything else is left alone. And then we're going to take a snapshot. I've disabled the snapshots for now, but we'll still call them there. So we iterate through all the tile types. If it's a floor, we have a 1 in 6 chance of turning it into gravel. If we didn't do that, we have a 1 in 10 chance of turning it into a shallow pool. If it's a wall, we count how many other walls surround it. If there's 2 neighbors, we replace the tile with deep water. If there's 1 neighbor, we roll a 4-sided dice. On 1, we turn it into a stalactite. And on 2, we turn it into a stalagmite. Otherwise, we don't do anything. And then our tile types, tile type, we're going to add stalactite, stalagmite. Okay. And then we make the new table, the new tile types block visibility. There. And then we add them to both the new limestone theme and the default theme. Okay. Themes. We're going to also have to add them to the forest theme. Oh no, the forest says just ignore it and turn it into grass. Okay. So down here, tile type, stalactite is going to be this. And then stalagmite is going to be down like that. That's not right. That's actually backwards. Stalactites are the ones on top hanging down. The stalagmites are the ones on the bottom hanging up or pointing up. So I'm going to reverse these. Actually, let's leave it like that, and then just say GM here and stalactite like that. Okay. This gives a pretty pleasing looking, quite natural and damp cave. All right, let's take a look at this. Does it check? It doesn't. Already I made a mistake. And that's because of a missing bracket. Should be a colon. What doesn't it like here? Oh. Right, I forgot. I was making this a tuple. What else is this not like? Deck, D-E-C-O-R-A-T-O-R. Okay, I think I got it right now. Oh. There. And it doesn't like the new. That's spelled right. That's spelled right. That's spelled right. What did I do wrong here? Oh, this one is missing it. So what should we do for the default? Oh, we're saying just to add those same things for the default. Okay, we can do that. Let's just put them up here. Copy, paste. That's it. Still 2 warnings. Let's take a look at this. And this might be a point at which we wrap up. We'll clean this error up first before we commit this. Okay, begin new game. We're going to cheat and cheat. And then, okay. I don't know what those are. Apparently the shallow water is passable, so I can step in the shallow water, but the deep water is not. Yeah, I cannot step in deep water. I do see gravel around. But these translations of these up and down characters are not working right, so that's something we're going to have to take a look at and see if there's a better way to do it. But I think we have a limestone cavern now. What was that one? Confusion scroll. Okay. Got foxes. And rats. And I'm not dead yet. Wow. Okay. Very nice. So this is the limestone cavern. It's got nice little shallow pools all over the place. Gravel boulders. I assume these are the stalactites and stalagmites and just the characters are not showing up correctly. So let's fix this warning. Don't need that anymore. Make sure Clippy's not going to complain. And then we can check these in. Commit them and push them. Is what I mean when I say check these in. Git status, git add source, git commit Limestone Caverns. Git push. All right, so we accomplished a lot, even though I got started late. I had less time. Tomorrow we're going to populate the caverns. Looks like we're going to add a bunch of... we're going to modify the spawns and then add large spiders, bats, and gelatinous cubes. Okay, that's cool. Let's go over here and see who's up. Togglebit has been going for 3 hours. Boppy Games has been going for 30 minutes. Oh, he's still working on his TUI layout. All right, let's go invade Togglebit today. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with me. And I hope you enjoyed. I certainly did. And I will see you tomorrow where we work on the caverns and stuff. Let's see. Raid Togglebit. Start raid. All right. Take care, everyone. See you tomorrow.